And I said, stop, I don't want to be naked, I don't want this. And he was just like, no, I'm not gonna hurt you, and just continued. And in that moment, unless someone's been through something where they have their control over their bodies taken away, you don't really understand the kind of feelings that you get in that moment. It was almost like every thought came through my head to run.
All the while, the shadow of breaking news looms even larger. Tyler Perry, the billionaire mogul once celebrated as a symbol of Black Hollywood success, has just been arrested, sending shockwaves through the entire entertainment world. In a stunning turn, FBI agents stormed his massive Atlanta estate in a high-stakes raid that, according to insiders, uncovered chilling evidence tied to dozens of alleged victims. For decades, Perry built his reputation on stories of resilience, faith, and redemption. But now, that same legacy is being dragged into one of Hollywood's darkest scandals. The world is in disbelief. A man who wrote himself into history as an icon of hope suddenly finds himself trapped inside a nightmare, one he never scripted. Eyewitnesses described the scene like something out of a movie. Black SUVs flooding the gates, agents in blue jackets swarming the property with military precision. And they didn't leave empty-handed. Authorities were spotted carrying out heavy boxes, stacks of files, encrypted hard drives, and what sources fear could be explosive video evidence capable of rewriting everything people thought they knew. This is no Hollywood set. No stage lights. No second takes. Just the cold, relentless spotlight of a federal investigation. And if early whispers are true, this case could shatter more than just one man's empire. It could shake the foundations of an entire industry. This saga is only beginning, and the next twist may be the most shocking yet. So hit that like, subscribe, share the story, and let us know in the comments what you think really comes next.
We were over at his house. We're having some drinks in his guest house, and it was late at night, and he has a guest quarters, and said that you can sleep there instead of not driving. And his house is far from Atlanta and where I was living. And I got into bed, and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed.
The scene felt like something straight out of a movie, but the fear on the ground was painfully real. Security staff were visibly shaken, and neighbors whispered that even hardened officers looked rattled by what they uncovered inside. Speculation is raging, louder by the hour. Were those boxes just routine business files, or the keys to a hidden network of exploitation? What agents hauled out is now locked tight inside the FBI's field office, guarded around the clock. And insiders warn this might be the beginning of the end for Perry's billion-dollar empire. His inner circle has gone silent. Phones disconnected. Social accounts frozen. Lawyers scrambling inside what sources call a war room. But the most chilling discovery wasn't the boxes. It was the secret hard drives. Encrypted. Hidden behind false walls. Buried under layers of coded locks. These weren't harmless studio backups. They were disguised, shielded, and meant to stay buried forever. And that raises the terrifying question: what's on them? Authorities won't say a word, but whispers claim the drives could expose coercion, manipulation, and worse. If that's true, the fallout won't just strip Perry of his Hollywood crown. It could erase his legacy entirely. This isn't just a downfall story. It's a brutal reminder of how power, when unchecked, can be weaponized. How many victims might surface? How many careers, reputations, and lives could be tied to what was hidden behind those mansion walls? A retired Hollywood executive put it bluntly: if what they say is true, this will make every other scandal look small. The industry may never recover from the fallout.
He has said, turn around so I can look at you, and just commented on how I looked, and then he got up and left. So I thought after that instance, it was pretty clear that I was not interested in that type of a relationship. It was very, very strange. I mean, I think it's okay that people try to make a move or shoot their shot, but if they get rejected, I think that they should.
If those hard drive rumors are true, the industry has a way bigger problem than anyone dares admit. And now, that shadow just got a face. Actor Derek Dixon, best known for playing Dale on Tyler Perry's BET drama The Oval, has broken his silence.
And he's not just talking.
He's suing. In his first on-camera interview, Dixon dropped a bombshell that's rattled Perry's empire to the core. "I wanted to speak out and not stay silent anymore," he said, his voice steady but heavy. His lawsuit doesn't just tell his side of the story. It rips the curtain back on what he describes as a coercive, exploitative dynamic few outsiders ever witness. According to both court filings and his televised confessions, it all began at the glittering 2019 opening gala for Tyler Perry Studios, a night celebrated as a triumph for Black Hollywood. That's where Perry allegedly approached Dixon in the crowd, asked if he was an actor, and slipped him his number. For most, a moment like that could launch a dream career. For Dixon, he claims it was the beginning of a nightmare. Soon after, he landed the role of Dale, a life-changing opportunity. But behind the cameras, Dixon alleges what started as mentorship quickly shifted into something personal, invasive, and toxic. Screenshots now flooding court documents show Perry allegedly sending late-night messages that many are calling deeply unsettling. Lines like, "What's it going to take for you to have guiltless fun?" And "I would hope you'd let someone hold and make love to you." Those words are now etched into public record, the centerpiece of Dixon's explosive claims. And while the court of public opinion is already swirling with judgment, Perry's camp is going on the offensive. His attorney, Matthew Boyd, came out swinging, dismissing the case as nothing more than a calculated scam. "Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims will fail," Boyd declared. But whether it's a scam or a scandal, the damage has already been done. The whispers are louder than ever. The question now, is Derek Dixon exposing the cracks in Perry's empire, or is this another Hollywood power struggle fueled by personal vendettas?
What made you decide to come forward with your story?
I wanted to speak out and not stay silent about it anymore.
But Dixon insists this fight is bigger than money or reputation. As he told ABC News, the cost of silence was far too high. He admitted the weight of shame nearly broke him. There's so much shame in it. You keep thinking what you could have done differently, how you could have ended it before it got that far. According to Dixon, the breaking point came in January 2020. He says Perry invited him over for drinks at the Atlanta mansion, a night framed as mentorship and bonding. But instead of a safe evening in the guest house, Dixon claims it spiraled into a nightmare. He alleges Perry climbed into bed, rubbed his leg, and whispered unsettling comments about his appearance. "I jumped out of bed," Dixon recounted. "He told me, 'Turn around so I can look at you.' Then he just left." But the pressure, Dixon says, didn't end there. Soon after, the scripts for his Oval character began to feel like a threat written in ink. Dale, the role that changed his life, was suddenly destined for a brutal send-off, shot 4 times at the end of season 2. To Dixon, that wasn't just storytelling. It felt like punishment. A coded message that, even on screen, his fate wasn't safe. And behind the scenes, whispers grew louder, that Perry controlled scripts like weapons, using the storyline to remind actors what could happen if they stepped out of line. Now, with his lawsuit and public testimony, Dixon isn't just accusing Perry of harassment. He's accusing him of wielding his empire as a tool of fear.
Kind of a toll, would you say, that this is all taken on you?
I was extremely anxious. The calls got to a point where the calls and texts were almost every day. Just this constant state of like, if I don't answer, I will lose my job.
If I don't keep him happy, I could be written off for good. That's how Dixon described the chilling reality, one where the power to write a script also meant the power to erase a career. What he thought was opportunity turned into a weapon hanging over his head. What followed, Dixon alleges, was a relentless wave of pressure. More late-night texts, more invitations to private talks, and even one incident inside Perry's own trailer that, according to Dixon, crossed into unwanted touching. But the most damning claim came in June 2021, when Dixon says Perry pulled down his underwear inside the mansion and told him to just go with it. Terrified, Dixon says he locked himself in the bathroom until Perry finally left. "Unless you've had your controls stripped away, you can't understand," Dixon told reporters. That fear of being trapped, unable to escape, and losing everything, it haunts every word of my lawsuit. Perry's public response? Calculated silence. No heartfelt statement, no personal defense, just his legal team, firing back with denials and counterclaims. But behind the scenes, insiders say the atmosphere at Tyler Perry Studios is absolute chaos. Staff are allegedly scrambling, lawyering up, whispering about NDAs being rushed through, hush money floated, and emergency meetings dragging on deep into the night. Dixon's exit from the Oval in 2024 cost him dearly. Nearly $400,000 in lost income, plus the rights to his original comedy pilot Losing It, which he claims Perry still controls. His lawsuit is demanding a staggering $260 million, not just to cover losses, but to send a message. How do you stop a billionaire who won't stop himself? Dixon declared. And he's not standing alone anymore. Since the lawsuit broke, Dixon says his inbox has flooded with messages. Some supportive, some threatening, but many from people hinting they too had disturbing experiences with Perry. "This is why men don't come forward," Dixon admitted. "I knew it would be awful, and I was right. The fallout is impossible to ignore."
His way of showing his power over us and our careers, and that he doesn't have a problem with just one of us off.
Industry veterans who once thrived under Perry's empire are now distancing themselves at record speed. Director Alfonso Rivero, who helmed multiple episodes of Perry's shows, publicly stated he wants nothing more to do with him. For someone who once benefited from the machine, the about-face signals how toxic the association has become. Meanwhile, social media, always ravenous for scandal, is ablaze. Speculation, shade, and conspiracy theories dominate timelines. Old grudges and hidden resentments are bubbling to the surface. Actors are warning each other in DMs to think twice before signing contracts that come with too many invisible strings. What once looked like the safest bet in Black Hollywood is now seen as a career landmine. The wall of silence surrounding Perry's empire is cracking, and no wave of PR spin seems strong enough to seal it again. Then there's the FBI raid, the shadow that won't go away. Officially, little has been said, but whispers from inside say investigators are combing through secret hard drives, sifting every email, text chain, and encrypted message. Rumors claim those drives contain damning studio communications, actor contracts, and even shocking security footage. Some insiders say certain clips left veteran agents stunned into silence. The fear now isn't just what Dixon alleged, it's what else might surface. And so the question grows louder by the day. If even half of this holds true, how many Derek Dixons are really out there? How many silenced? How many careers quietly strangled in the name of power and profit? Behind the billion-dollar gates of Tyler Perry Studios, insiders describe a fiefdom where his word was absolute. On the outside, the place looked like a dream factory. Endless sound stages, glittering premieres, hopeful actors flying in from LA for their big break. But beneath the surface, the current was darker. Former writers say they were cut overnight for daring to mention union protections. Seasoned actors whispered about rules that shifted with Perry's moods, lines granted or erased at his whim. He wrote every script. He decided who was visible and who vanished. Working there felt less like collaboration, more like survival, one ex-writer confessed. Yes, Perry undeniably shattered barriers for Black creatives. He launched real careers, created opportunities in spaces that once had none. But total control came at a price. Silence became currency. Staff disappeared from call sheets without explanation. Actors slipped out of town under the radar. Crews learned quickly to keep their heads down. The empire, for all its glory, thrived on fear as much as ambition. Now the world is left to ask, was Perry's iron grip simply creative genius? Or was it also a shield, protecting behavior no one dared expose?
For money to buy your silence?
No, I think I was looking for accountability on to what he did. I think what he did was wrong, and it needed to be something that would deter him from doing this to somebody else.
The cost of speaking out was no secret: career limbo, reputational ruin, and the slow erasure that comes when Hollywood decides you're too radioactive to touch. That's the backdrop fueling the question now echoing everywhere. Was Tyler Perry's empire ever truly a land of opportunity, or just an illusion polished to perfection? As the FBI digs deeper, those old whispers, the ones brushed off for years as jealousy or petty gossip, suddenly look like glaring red flags. And then comes the latest rumor, the one sending shockwaves through the industry, the so-called Hollywood silent list. Unlike an ordinary blacklist, this isn't about talent disputes or union drama. Sources insist it's something far more insidious, a covert ledger passed quietly among actors, crew members, and even agents. According to the chatter, it doesn't just track who's difficult or uncooperative. It's allegedly a living record of favors traded, secrets buried, and silence bought with cash or career advancement. For years, it was nothing more than late-night gossip, whispers exchanged at rap parties or after grueling shoots.
But now?
It's starting to sound less like rumor and more like open conspiracy, a survival manual whispered actor to actor. Watch what you say. Keep that NDA sealed. Don't ever cross the line if you value your next paycheck. That's the chilling advice making the rounds. And if the silent list is real, the implications are explosive. It could implicate not just Perry, but an entire network of insiders who helped enforce the system. Agents who looked away, producers who signed off, publicists who spun scandals into dust. Because if every name, every deal, every secret transaction is logged somewhere, then the FBI may not just be investigating one man. They could be holding the key to an entire machine that fed off silence.
5. Tell us about the first time you ever met Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I met him at his studio opening party in 2019. I was working for an events company, and we met, and he said to me, are you an actor? And I said, well, not right now. I'm working on it, but not right now. And he said, yeah, you are. We need to talk. You should get my number and we'll.
With federal agents now interviewing witnesses nationwide, the question isn't if the list leaks, but how high the fallout climbs. Former network execs, agents, even studio heads are nervously scrolling through old inboxes, wondering which deals, favors, or blind eyes could come back to haunt them. Hollywood thrives on short memories, but this investigation is dredging up receipts no one expected to resurface. Still, Perry's attorneys are clinging to their line in the sand, dismissing the entire case as fabricated, a desperate shakedown against a man who built himself from nothing. But the optics? They worsen daily. Every new defection, every insider stepping into the light makes the denials ring hollower. Former collaborators who once praised Perry's genius are now rewriting their narratives. Director Alfonso Rivero, who helmed multiple episodes under Perry's banner, didn't mince words when he broke ranks. I don't need or want that man to do anything for me. That kind of public distancing isn't just about reputation management, it's survival. When the tide turns in Hollywood, silence stops being loyalty and starts looking like complicity. And that's the atmosphere now. Panic, whispered phone calls, lawyers on speed dial. Industry power players are bracing for what comes next, because if the so-called silent list is real and those hard drives corroborate it, this isn't just one man's scandal. It's a reckoning.
A night where, we were both kind of feeling drunk, and I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've stayed before, and there was this health monitor scale on the way. And I was like, what is that? And he said, well, you have to be in your underwear to measure, whatever, so you should do it. He reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my hand.
A year ago, Perry was fighting to buy BET. Now, he's fighting to keep his name off a blacklist some say he engineered himself. The irony is brutal. Even if the silent list is exaggerated, the fact that so many believe it exists says everything about how fear and complicity defined life inside his kingdom. The ground under him isn't just cracking, it's shifting fast. More dominoes are lined up to fall. The legal machine is only getting started. Derek Dixon's lawsuit, already a cultural earthquake, has kicked open the door for others. Civil attorneys are circling, prepping filings, whispering about class actions. FBI agents aren't just reading statements, they're cross-referencing text chains, mapping timelines, and matching names. What began as one man's case is now morphing into a probe of the entire culture that let it thrive. Every new leak adds fuel. A memo here, a text thread there, and suddenly the image of Perry as untouchable mogul is giving way to something darker. And now another beast has entered the arena, the documentary world. According to sources, a project allegedly titled Surviving Tyler Perry is already in production, quietly gathering first-hand accounts, leaked evidence, and the kind of behind-the-scenes testimony that usually never escapes Hollywood's walls. The once impenetrable secrecy is collapsing faster than Perry's legendary shooting schedules. But even with everything spilling out, it feels like the story's just beginning. Every headline hints at deeper layers. Every whisper suggests more names, more victims, more secrets buried under the empire.
Initial interactions give you pause?
You know, a few of them were, did give me pause, but they weren't bad enough to think like this was a dangerous situation in the beginning.
Those locked-away digital archives, if even half the rumors hold weight, could be the detonator. Surveillance footage, internal studio logs, confidential settlement papers, that's not just evidence, that's the blueprint of an empire. The kind of files that don't just implicate a man, but expose an entire ecosystem. Hollywood's elite, once orbiting around Perry like planets around a sun, are now shrinking into silence. Their statements read like copy-paste PR scripts, bland enough to say nothing but calculated enough to avoid guilt by association. Phones go unanswered. Publicists send no-comment emails. A few weeks ago, some of these same names were clinking glasses at his premieres. Today, they're hiding behind tinted car windows, scanning headlines like fugitives. But the FBI doesn't play Hollywood games. Those agents are pulling thread after thread, each one connected to money trails, gag orders, and sealed deals. If those drives contain proof of hush payments or footage of encounters once thought invisible, no PR team in the world can spin that away. The whispers in Beverly Hills aren't about premieres anymore. They're about subpoenas. And yet, for the people who lived under Perry's shadow, the mood is complicated. Fear, yes, the fear of reputational fallout, of reliving buried trauma, of never working again. But there's also relief. The unspoken truth is finally dragging itself into daylight. For the assistants who walked past closed doors, the actors who swallowed their boundaries, the crew who knew better than to ask questions, it feels like vindication. The question now is bigger than Perry. If these archives really crack open, do they force a rewrite of the Hollywood playbook? Or does the old machinery, polished and merciless, grind into motion to swallow this scandal whole, just like it's done before?
After that, he called several times and I ended up getting afraid of what was going on the other side. So I picked up, and that's when he said, you know, he was sorry for what happened. He doesn't know why he did that, and that maybe he was self-sabotaging or something. And in the same call, he said, and don't worry, we're going to do your show.
The atmosphere is electric, pulsing with the kind of unease that makes the industry hold its breath. Then move on to the next billion-dollar franchise deal. Once, that would have been Perry's path without question. Now, it's the fork in the road where everything could collapse. That's the crossroads we're staring at. One route toward redemption and survival, the other toward downfall and disgrace. What's certain is the story is nowhere near finished. Each day brings a new headline, a fresh filing, another voice refusing to stay silent. Lawsuits are stacking higher, testimony is circling wider, and the walls around Perry's empire are cracking wide open in ways no spin team can plaster back together. The ultimate question looms. Will this scandal finally hold one of Hollywood's untouchable moguls accountable? Or will the truth be buried under endless legal firepower, sealed settlements, and a PR machine built to smother the flames? If even a fraction of these allegations hold true, this isn't just Perry's reckoning. It's Hollywood's. A case that could permanently reshape how power is wielded, traded, and abused in the very heart of the industry.
Perry accuser Derek Dixon sits down in a TV interview for the first time, sharing allegations of workplace assault and harassment. These are claims that Tyler Perry denies, but Dixon says he's speaking out now to try to stop a billionaire who won't stop themselves.
And if they don't, it forces an equally unsettling question. How do we separate fact from fiction in the unforgiving court of public opinion? What do you think? Are we witnessing the downfall of a mogul hiding sinister secrets, or an elaborate scheme designed to tear him down? The line between truth and conspiracy has never looked so blurred.
That's when you push me up against the wall and grab my again.
And the world is watching to see which side cracks first. So tell me, where do you stand? Is this the collapse of an empire or just another Hollywood illusion? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and join the conversation, because this saga is far from over. And trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next. See you in the next one.